we jump on in to game number 1. Welcome, guys, and thank you so much for sticking around during a little bit of downtime there, a little bit of a slow one to get us rolling. But we are here, and let's do this. The bottom left-hand side from Root Gaming, give it up for Kelazhur. To the upper right-hand side, our Red Zerg player from Dead Pixels. Oh, he's left Dead Pixels, right? It's our Red Zerg player, Namshar, currently teamless. Just as we get into this, thank you very much, Montian, coming in with the $20 donation. Guys, get some Wardy hearts in the chat for Montian, please. Montian, my man, how are you doing? Thank you for the donation. Do appreciate it as always. And I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you very much for the $20. No message attached, just the $20. So let's see some Wardy hearts in the chat. We're making our way through Kalaris. We're beating them up. We got them down to what, like 7,650 hit points. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's good. It's getting there. It's getting there. We're beating him up. He's a big pit boss right now. Andy Man helping out as well with that tier 20. Game time, baby. Let's go, Kelazhur. Let's hear who you guys are cheering on in this event or in this game, guys. Would love to see if you've got some Namshar fans or some Kelazhur fans in all of this. As we get this rolling into game number 1 of this best of 3. Hashtag Namshar says canned beans 1. Go Keller, says Vasa the Shaman. A little bit of a split crowd right now. I mean, two of these players who are very, very solid and obviously both can move through this group in first place. DreamHack WCS Montreal, Kelazhur beat Namshar 2-1 to knock him out of the competition, I believe in group stage 3, to advance into the round of 16 himself there. See if it's going to be a similar situation now that they play each other in the Penthouse Party. Team Namshar says Atomski in the chat. Team Namshar. Yeah, good to hear you guys are cheering on, of course. And of course, if there's anyone you're looking forward to maybe seeing later today in groups E and F, which is going to be coming up soon, let us know. Let us know when you know, who you're kind of looking forward to seeing and so on. When will Snoop play? Snoop already played today. He already advanced through his group to the round of 16. He'll be playing again tomorrow in the round of 16 of the tournament. Just a big group stage. 8 groups, 4 players in each, so 2 players eliminated from each round. As we do just see this Reaper coming in towards the middle line and just going to blast some drones around. Doesn't quite get a kill just yet. Now that Reaper going to pop down in towards the natural, where something just cancelled. I'm not sure what. Maybe an extractor or something. I think an extractor was built to keep a drone safe. I think it was just up above rather than down here, which is where I kind of thought I heard it. So a little bit of a weird one, anyways. Just going to be seeing the town player pulling away. Couple of Hellions coming through as well. Grenade goes down. Doesn't do too much just yet. Go poking in and out. Pretty sick that Kelazhur managed to beat Showtime at WCS. He's been getting better and better, says Boptimus Prime. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely true, right? He's been playing amazingly throughout the entire 2017. Kelazhur hasn't won a championship, but he's been playing well enough to make you question, when will he win a championship, you know? It's just the level of play he's been shown to us. We're going to see, ooh, the dive for that queen. It gets so low. It's on 47 hit, energy as well, and the other one just hit 50, so now it gets healed up. And the effort of these Hellions is going to be for, well, just some energy from the queens rather than a natural kill. A little bit of a shame. The Hellions just sat here, so we're going to be seeing the lair and the Baneling Nest on the way down from Namshar. Just again, set up in towards that. The third hatchery going to be finishing as well here in a moment. So, third hatch going to finish up. And again, those 4 Hellions and the Reaper from Kelazhur. Let's see what sort of position he can get in towards. Grenade goes off, and that Spine Core taking a little bit of a bop of damage. Reaper into the main base, and then going to jump down towards the low ground. Maybe we'll start to figure out what's going down here. Reaper gets caught, lingers with the kill. 3 drones going down, though, as the auto turret comes into the natural, the third base expansion. It's kind of hard. I mean, this is generally the natural, but he took the low ground first, but you guys know how it goes. So he took the Seeker Missile, sorry, just not Seeker Missile, an auto turret down there. We're just going to see one more melee upgrades coming in from Namshar too. So 1-1 coming in from Namshar, going to be seeing again the 7 drones on the way up. Just continue to set up in towards his macro game. As is Kelazhur, third CC is already finished up. He's already got double engineering bay on the production tab. He's getting set to roll in towards the next set of, his next stage of this game as well, of upgrades, the third CC, etc. Still just trying to get there via harassing and kind of buying himself time with these auto turrets, etc. The more he slows down, I just said etc. like 4 times. The more he slows down Namshar, the better position he gets into. Because of course, the less Namshar can build, the less Kelazhur has to worry about more and more units coming onto the map. So that's the point of those Ravens early on here. You're going to see one coming back in towards this in-base. There's the in-base expansion. We've seen a couple of drones getting picked away at. 3 workers going down. 4. It's actually really nice. 4 workers killed for just a single auto turret. You wonder whether it's actually worth just pulling away rather than just continuing to mine there. Is it better to pull away and then get back to mining, or is losing the 4 workers actually better to keep mining? I'm pretty sure it's better to pull away. Especially if you can pull away just the drones that are in range of the auto turret. Then it really minimizes how much you're losing out on. 2 medevacs to the upper right hand side. Kelazhur with the aim and the goal to obviously start dealing some damage here in this game. You will be down in upgrades, but obviously with the efficiency of the Marines and medevacs with Stim, you will be able to still do a pretty decent job of just lifting whenever the fight becomes a bit too tough. Still has a few Hellions here as well as he'll push forwards for the first creep teamer kill. Nice as well, just slowing down some of the creep already. And this will be a scan. One of the main things of this push is just dealing damage to slow down the creep spread of the Zerg player. Obviously cleaning out creep teamers, etc. is one of the perfect ways to do that. Namshar taking the 4th base up top side where some of the creep is still around. Ooh, Kelazhur finding an opportunity to jump on top of those queens, gets a couple more active tumors. And he's going to turn around now, lift up. Only 2 Marines lost so far. Very well played. And in the meantime, again, auto turrets will drop in and find themselves opportunities and openings to continue dealing damage. This auto turret going to target fire down a bunch of drones as well. 6 workers killed again in the last few moments. Another stim forwards. Trying to get some of these creep tumors, but doesn't quite find it. Gets the queen. Still a nice pick off Kelazhur. Bits and pieces right now adding up in his favor, and honestly, he's already at 141 to 121 supply. Looking pretty good right now for Keller. Pretty good indeed. Marines here on the high ground going to pick off that Zergling. As the Zergling gets picked off, we see a few more Hydras on the way out. Infestation Pit also coming through here, about to finish up. And Bane's going to keep pushing forward as well from Kelazhur. Just going to be seeing the scan from Keller. On top of that Ling Bane Hydra Force still. Still some Ravens around we're going to be seeing. Oh, Banes! We're getting some pretty good connections there. Probably the best connections we've seen so far. That Wooden Mine goes off but hits nothing. That was nice, and that's actually a bit of a turnaround moment here from Namshar. Suddenly Kelazhur is not going to stay in complete control of this game. It's in order to... Oh my god, the Widow Mine drones pulled in towards that for a second. That was kind of terrifying. A couple of Rollers and Marines going to fight against these Hydras, and the... he actually loses one of the Marines. Some target fire with the other bits and pieces, but more drops all over the place. And again, Kelazhur's killed 15 drones. He's just continuing to slow Namshar down while going into his own 2-2 upgrades and all the rest of it. Namshar going into +1 missiles with +2 carapace here rather than +2 melee. Hive Tech continue to come on out. It's just starting up right now. Another 7 drones. What was that? The Widow Mine coming back off cooldown. Wow, that Widow Mine was looking for a big hit earlier. Now he finds one. So, I mean, Namshar throughout this game has looked as though he's been falling behind, but it really is seemingly becoming a larger issue. Now Kelazhur just loads up 4 full medevacs. I mean, the problem with Hydra-based playstyles is there isn't those meters to shut those medevacs down, so if you can start finding some openings and some momentum, suddenly you can really just drop your opponent to death without even thinking about, having to deal with other bits and pieces here of, how the game works. So we're just going to be seeing these units coming through. He's going to use the auto turret to soak up a couple of shots initially, buy some time for the initial units to unload here. We'll be seeing all of these units going to unload. None of the medevacs taken down just yet. Needs to continue to drop. Kelazhur needs to get rid of that Squawk Crawler too to save his Medivacs. One low Medivac goes down with a couple of units still inside. Kelazhur doing the classic tank Terran maneuver though, which is to kind of distract with one drop and look to actually utilize an attack elsewhere at the same time. But Namshar is well prepared and well positioned. I feel like this drop was a bit of a mess. Kelazhur not dropping everything, not attacking with everything right away. We've seen the Planetary Fortress coming up on the 4th base as well. And that just means Kelazhur's equal on bases right now. Could try and get, could try and, yeah, I guess it's just equal on base right now. Looking pretty good, honestly. 3-3 on the way. Viper's on the way out from Namshar, away for him to deal with. I don't even really know what, actually. Maybe just some blind clouds. There isn't exactly anything too crazy up, though. I guess the siege tank numbers are starting to rise up, so that's something to keep in mind. And maybe, I mean, definitely the Vipers are a way to fight against siege tanks. You can abduct them, you can blind and cloud them. Both of them are very successful in that regard, so you could really go either or in that regard, with regards to that. So these Wings and Banes moving around top side. Siege tank gets picked off. And then it's going to be seeing a scan coming down, so creep tuners getting picked away at as well. Fusion Core on the way out here from Kelazhur. So Fusion Core on the way out, 2 more starports. Getting ready to deal with what he expects to be ultras very soon, but actually, I don't see an ultra cavern just yet. He's just sticking on the Lingbane Hydra. Going into Adrenal Glands +2 melee and the +3 Carapace. Obviously back into prioritizing those melee upgrades. Obviously feels they're going to be a bit more useful throughout the game than the ranged. Stim once again and again, the Lingbane will continue to push on through here. You'll see these Banes getting tanked by the Marauders in the front though. Great micro by Kelazhur. Wall of Marauders behind it, just a sea of Marines. And now, well, here the Vipers are trying to help out a little bit. Blind Cloud is nice. It definitely messes with the AI and the ability to turn around. But now the Hydras themselves in Blind Clouds, and our Terran player is still pushing forwards here. Transfuse comes down. Queens are transfusing up those Vipers. Oh, again, Blinding Clouds pushing the Terran player further towards those Banes. It's a bit of a unique way to kind of set things up, and it's one of those things that kind of just catching Kelazhur off guard because he's not used to this sort of situation, right? He's not used to Blinding Clouds being used on his bio so kind of consistently, I guess. We've seen a couple more Banes going down. Tank C just gets a shot off into the Hydras. New Banelings are only just now starting to morph in. Something Kelazhur sees thanks to that scan. And so he knows he's got a good aggressive opportunity here where he's fighting against kind of no Banes, or he knows the Banes are about to be out, but there's only a few of them. And so already kind of just doing a decent job of this tank helping out as well. Now he'll sort of fight once more. I guess there's the abduct on the siege tank to get the kill on it. Kelazhur might just have to back away, but he still has more reinforcements coming through. Continue to build himself up into this. One single medevac will load Kelazhur, 13.5 minutes in game. Still very much so, in my opinion, controlling the pacing of this game, of this series. Overlord pushes forwards. And you see medevacs, tank, marines, and marauders moving around as well. We're going to see where it can go. 4 more Liberators on the way out currently. I'm just going to be seeing Libs coming into play. It's just that next sort of little stage. Lovely abducts though. Oh, that fungal growth from one of the burrowed infestors. Kelazhur just gets out of it in time to start running the hell away from those Banelings. So that was scary. That was very scary. Scan over to the far right. You've seen that hatchery being seen right now. More Liberators coming up here. Kelazhur again can just use these as a good way to really solidify positions, especially this push up into the top left hand base. I just see the Infestor coming in from the right hand side here. No scan there from Kelazhur, and so he doesn't see it just yet. I love this. The preemptive scans try and find those Infestors, but obviously the flanking Infestor is a cool little move from Namshar to try and make the most of this. We saw this a lot last week in the map contest tournament which I ran, Team Liquid and Blizzard, and it was one of those situations where I think it was Cyril who was always very good at making sure he had a single flanking Infestor for fungal growth like that one, where you just don't naturally scan behind your army, rather you scan in the front. This Infestor is going to get caught as well. Actually through the fungal growth, surprisingly I'd say onto the Liberators rather than the bio. But if he put on the buy, he probably could have gotten all the kills. And his Liberator is still running away, still backing off. Some units gathering up to the far left-hand side, and these Zerglings as well from Namshar, looking to see where he can go to. So he's looking around with all of this. Units gathering together, a scan to the far right, also being dropped at the moment. Cancel there. And still Lings, Hydras, Banes, and an Ultra moving on forwards, trying to see just what else might happen here in the next few moments. Hydras pushing forwards, you see a Viper kind of abducting just slightly here. And we've seen these libs still in the skies doing quite a bit of damage, picking off quite a lot of Hydras actually as they run on through before turning to fight, obviously. And Infestor goes down as well. And a messy trade from both players. It's scrappy so far, 16 minutes in game. Ultras, Banes gather themselves towards the upper left-hand side. More Marines and a Marauder, Medevac 2 to the far right on the watchtower. As those things push forwards, the Hydras will come in too and just start to shut this down. Nice pick off on this drop, and the drop does fall. So drop going down there is again just going to be seeing Kelazhur continuing down towards the south side. I'm just going to be seeing the Ghost Cannery on the way up as well. Pushing in towards this bottom right hand base. It's going to be a kill on the expansion. The SCV is just not repairing in time. Kelazhur has a lot of bases to work with though, so it's not the end of the world. He will with a stim actually be able to catch these last few units moving forwards. Well, he left maybe a few too many units. Not enough units behind. And he goes for it. Now there's an attack up towards the planetary forwards as well. No SCV is repairing just yet. Kelazhur starts to repair. Will not save it. Lifts up and suddenly two of his bases have gone down in the last few moments. Units unloading towards this base once again. It's going to be seen Lingbane and Hydra pushing through in towards the right hand side here. Marines, Marauder. And we sat here too. Those Banes do connect some nice kills on those Marines. Getting Lingbane, Hydra. Ultras 2 just gathering themselves together. To the left hand side, there's push up. And there's going to be pushing on through. Infestor hits the final growth. There's Infestor just underneath these Liberators again though. It's so difficult to know when and where to scan all the time. Because he's going some heavy fungals. The Medevacs are doing good heal in the army from the left side. Looking to play where it goes. Looking to see where it might go to play. There we go. Kelazhur's kind of backed into the left hand side of this map right here. You're going to be seeing an Ultras going down. More Liberators are sieging. And it looks as though Kelazhur is going to be able to make this happen. The Liberators in the back are dealing so much damage to those units coming through. The Corruptors just can't deal with all of the units in the skies fast enough. And as that Ultra goes down, suddenly he's going to start targeting a bunch of these Corruptors as well, obviously, for some very easy pickoffs because they cannot fight back. Corruptors fall. Kelazhur has lost a lot too, though. The army supply is dropping very similarly, or the overall supply is dropping similarly. The army supply is still Kelazhur's favor. The most important thing is that he's broken through this position. 14 more Corruptors on the way, but there's no Great Aspire, so it's literally just for Liberator, for kind of, well, dealing with Liberators, etc. Is that really necessary? Because otherwise he's just going to have Lingbane on the ground. He doesn't have any Ultras anymore. I'm not sure if you really need to worry about the Liberators as much as you needed to worry about just actually have an army that can fight straight up, such as the Ultras, I guess. Namshar is really hurting a little bit right now as Kelazhur continue to look pretty good. Fire just setting up, and we're just going to be seeing again these Banes pushing on forwards. Marines and Marauders pulling back for a few moments. We are going to see Corruptors. Again, they're going to get rid of the Liberators, sure. They're going to get rid of the Medevac, sure. But past that, what are they really going to get up to? There's so many. I could have understood if he maybe made 8 to 9. He made 14, which just feels like a huge number in this situation. I mean, maybe it isn't that many. Yeah, I guess it's not that many. It's not that bad. I mean, they do their job still, right? The problem is he just needs really something still on the ground, I think, to really help out. Kelazhur now really running away with this game. Overall supply, army supply, work count even. You know, everything is Kelazhur favored, whichever way you look at it. Upgrades are free. +1 vehicle plating, like, I mean, okay, the only thing that's bad there sounds like +1 vehicle plating, but we only have +1 flyer attacks for Namshar in the skies, so You know, he's got, he's not really got anything to compare with here. Let's see if he's repairing this Palangi. It will not be enough though. Corruptor start a turn. He'll get a single Corruptor for this so far. I guess can split his Marines up and kind of hold on either side. I'm just going to see those Corruptors just sat there. We've seen a Ling run by as well. Namshar really playing his heart out to try and get back into this a little bit right now. Ling is running forwards. Depot's falling. You can see that Ghost Academy about to drop as well. Refinery also now dropping to another stem forwards, and we see just pushing away those Marines, getting rid of these Corruptors from the bottom right hand side where they've been causing a little bit of chaos, a little bit of madness. Another Infestor hits a fungal growth. There's probably just going to be a lift and leave with whatever he can, but another fungal won't guarantee the kills. There's more bio to the south. No Marauders mixed in with this to kind of do the tankiness that we just saw in that last battle. I think that could be a pretty big deal here. Still bio gathering to the bottom right as we do see more Zerglings on the way up and Infestor too. Scan to the upper left hand side. We do just see this hatchery going to be finishing up in a few moments as well. So again, Namshar just continue to re-expand, etc. I'm going to see a couple of Lings going down. Continue to press on forwards here. It's just going to be Namshar pinned back into the corner. Another little run by, little bits like this, distracting Kelazhur, slowing him down, especially against an orbital like this. That's what's going to bring Namshar right back into it. He's catching back up in that army supply. Actually, where's Kelazhur's Liberator count? Is it gone? He's only got bio. Oh, okay. That's a bit different then. This is very different to what I thought it was. I guess because he's been killing those Liberators time and time again. It's in one of these situations where actually maybe Namshar's been in a bit of a better position than I was giving him. I mean, I still don't think Namshar's in a great position. Kelazhur is now starting to make use of the fact that he only has bio. I guess maybe he doesn't want to build more Liberators, right? Because he's just afraid the Corruptors are just going to kill them again. He's going to build one or so now, one or two. I mean, it's still worthwhile, I think, to build them. It's just going to be seen a push forward. He's actually going to fight these. What are these Corruptors doing? They're going to go for the medevacs? That's not a good move by Namshar. I mean, that's just kind of throwing away units for no reason at all. Ling's running in just in a single streamlined position. And now we're going to see this hatchery killed as well. The Infestor has a fungal growth available. The lift up here actually saves a lot of those units because it would have been a lot worse. The Ultra would have just got a couple of swipes and it would have been the end of so many of them. Still just this bio in the main. There's just nothing really for Namshar to go on at the moment. These medevacs is going to reposition in. This is going to be kind of a sort of pick up and I'm dead sort of scenario, but Kelazhur dealing that damage and slowly but surely just poking holes, more holes in Namshar's armor that hopefully at some point you can re-stab for that extra damage and to shut this down. Just going to be seeing this a little bit of a push up again. Kelazhur just been relentless with continued pressure now. Let's start fighting a couple of queens up here. That's nice. Namshar is a bit too busy to drop transfusions. He just deflect to the top left at least, but again, it's the little things that are now going to start adding up. And this bio, I mean, maybe you can grab yourself a Corruptor, maybe you can grab yourself a structure here. A lot of possibilities. Double drop here looking to deny the gold base. I think it's going to hit this orbital command, which isn't a very kind of bit of a brittle position. We're going to see a Liberator set up again. And then a small Lib setting up here. Lib count's actually kind of crazy, and obviously now with the Corruptor count being way down in the gutter, it's a little bit painful. As we're going to be seeing this couple of medevacs coming back towards the lower left side. Hatchery setting up to the right, 3 o'clock position once again. Namshar trying to rebuild. We said this could be a long one, acolyte between Namshar and Kelazhur. They like to play long games, and that's exactly what we're getting here for game number 1. Four more Corruptors on the way out. A couple of Ultras as well. And yeah, Namshar's still trailing a little bit in that supply, but supply doesn't mean everything. You gotta remember that a lot of Namshar's supply is very high-tech units, whereas a lot of Kelazhur's is still bio, albeit supported by Liberators becomes very powerful. Big fungal growth on top of those libs. You can see the bio pushing forwards right now. The Corruptors obviously decide they don't want to really fight. You just scan, he sees the rest of those Infestors in the front at least. So that's good information for him, and again, continue to set up with that. My Kelazhur's gone rid of this base. He's actually got the drones up here, which are going to be in a bit of a choke position. Like, where do you go with them? I don't think you really go anywhere, and they're all just going to go down. So drones fall, Kelazhur should be happy with this to start maybe thinking about backing away, not having to push this location any further. Maybe now he starts to focus on this right-hand side of the map of his main army. He'll start dropping these Marines down, and initially obviously can't be healed or anything. A little bit of a bad position to drop in. Would have been better dropping here and stimming in. He would have actually dealt with the first few Zerglings without much issue. I'm just going to be seeing the Liberators moving around to see where they can go, see what they can get up to. Things and Banes are pushing around as well. A few more Banes on the way up. Kelazhur just edging himself further and further ahead so far, though. It doesn't look as though that idea is changing anytime soon. And the Corruptor's getting some good shots, but there's the fungal growth that could change everything. Oh god, Kelazhur loses so much on the ground suddenly. And these Liberators are going to get chased by Corruptors, and oh man, what an absolute disaster for Kelazhur. If there's a way to turn this around, it's going to be Baneling connections like those. Wow, wow, wow. And I mean, that's the power of those burrowed fungal growth infestors. They're just so good. You miss one scan on them and you don't know it's there. I mean, obviously the argument is you should just always stay pre-split as the Terran, but that's so hard to do. And Kelazhur was caught just being a little bit lazy there, not staying pre-split. Once again, he's done such a good job of it a lot of the time in this game at points through this. You know, there's not been, I mean, there's been perfect where it's not been, moments where it's not been perfect as well. But he's been pretty on top. But now, Namshar is really starting to run away with this one. Well, maybe not starting to run away, but he's really starting to find ways back into it a bit more comfortably. He's going to hit this top base. And Kelazhur, I guess, has these two south bases. One of them is almost mined out, though. 27 minutes in. I guess after this base and the golds, we are talking about a mined out Acolyte. Here in our first game of Kelazhur Namshar in Group C takes Penthouse Party number 3. We're seeing these fungals going down again, and we're just going to be seeing the bio trying to split up. Now he's actually going to be out of just units to follow up with, though. And now the Corruptors get chased. And that's a big issue here for Namshar as well. He's already behind on army supply, and so if he actually does end up losing, even, you know, if he loses his ground army, the Corruptors then really do become dead weight very quickly. As we, again, see just a drop to the top left. Kelazhur has been relentless with his pressure too. These drops seem to have been going since the start of the game almost. Like, I feel as though it's been rare to see Kelazhur not dropping around the map at some point in all of this. As we're going to be coming to the right-hand side. Mine's going to burrow. And again, just going to see these Marauders Marines working their way through this far right-hand side hatchery. So Namshar going to be able to get rid of this. As that hatchery does indeed fall. Kelazhur, it's just another stamp for him in his passport of Acolyte. He travels around all the Zerg bases one at a time, picking them off. He's been to a couple times over. But honestly, I mean, this game really is Kelazhur's. Now, no way we can deny this. I'm just going to be seeing again, just, I guess Kelazhur sort of, I guess this gold base, right, is just going to give him the income. Just to make sure he feels comfortable enough to kind of try and end this in the near future, right? Another few Marines and Marauders taking the lead, taking the charge. Just going through the etiquette of this game of making sure he does have what he needs to finish Namshar off. Namshar not just hoping for a blunder right now, he's looking for, I completely forgot how to play StarCraft sort of move for Kelazhur if he wants to get back into this one. Again, I mean, he's already tried everything, right? Like Ling run-bys, etc. The problem is hitting this base here doesn't relieve Namshar of his problem. Maybe relieves him of a problem in a minute or two, where maybe he just still doesn't have anywhere sort of near an eco he needs to contest. The reality is, though, he just doesn't have a way to fight this army to begin with anyways. As these queens go down, Liberators will begin to siege once again. GG well played, 29 minutes, almost half an hour for Kelazhur to take game 1 here. It's our blue Terran player Kelazhur taking on the red Zerg to the upper left-hand side, Namshar. Sorry for my voice, guys, it's a little bit rough today. Meanwhile, by the way, Group E, I think, or F, I think Group F has started here. Hero Marine currently playing against Fear in their first series. Well, it's kind of crazy because that's a little bit of a shame, honestly. Because Group F was awesome. I didn't realize it was going to get started so early on, as I managed to just not put the top on my water and throw it all over the floor. quality gameplay by Wardy on the on the I will can't speak on the can't say it at all. And the okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. All right, attempt 2 at being a attempt 2 at being a caster. My voice is actually dying right now. Apologies, guys, for some coughs and some mutes and stuff. Just trying to bring us through these games, obviously, and bring you guys the action you want to see. We've got Namshar and Kelazhur game 2 on Interloper coming in right now. Blue Terran is Kelazhur, he's bottom right. Red Zerg is Namshar top left. Hatch Gas Pool against the Reaper expansion. The first 2 minutes of this game wrapped up in a few short words, because nothing crazy is going on here on Interloper. Wardy's still drunk from last night, dude. I was just so tired yesterday. So I woke up, to put this into perspective, I woke up approximately 2 AM UK time on my final day in Turkmenistan. I left my hotel at 11 PM. I got at like 7 PM, 11 PM local time, so that's like, what, like 7 PM UK time? And I flew, and I got home at like 5 PM UK time. So I was like awake and slash only having like small naps on planes and shit for like 38 hours. So it's brutal. Then I stayed awake a bit longer to try and get ready for today, and then still just didn't sleep enough. God damn it. What did I do in Turkmenistan? I was casting StarCraft 2 at the Asian Indoor Martial Arts Games. Pretty fun tournament won by Ayasonu. The gold medal for China. Pretty unique event. A couple of drones taking some damage here. So you can see these 2 Reapers, by the way. There's a bit of a different way to open nowadays. Don't really see this in Legacy of the Void, the double Reaper. Just nothing you really kind of need to do that for, right? Obviously, it's not free Rax Reaper or anything. That's the only usual time you would have seen the couple of Reapers, you know, when you see kind of multiple Rax Reaper. But yeah, a bit different here by Kelazhur as he sets on up. He has now on a reacted factory. Hellions underway, and as you see, he's obviously set up on a natural too. It's fairly standard so far. The first few minutes, again, just the Reaper and the second Reaper, which is a bit odd, as we do see the pullback for now. Though link speed's finished, and until Hellions are out, those Reapers are not very safe on the map on their own. Just gonna be seeing the few units coming through the center. Kelazhur towards the upper left-hand side to try and get a little bit of damage done perhaps in the next few moments. So pushing forwards, a couple of Hellions jumping onto the Queens. See the Reapers as well trying to help out. Nice grenade again to push those Queens back. Good stuff so far, as we do see the Hellions and the Reapers. Yeah, some good trades up until now. Creep Timber comes down as well from Namshar, starting to push it towards the third base. Marine and Viking going to be I want to get rid of that overload there. Marine picks up the kill. And this can be seen that third CC coming on down as well. Still pushing around with Reapers and Hellions, trying to pick up some info, trying to get a Queen kill. Gets it low, gets the kill. Nice pick off there. Now he finds himself maybe a drone or 2 over to the side. And how far is he going to commit? Probably not too far, because those Hellions are getting low. And would actually probably rather keep them alive than risk maybe losing everything. And only getting a couple more workers. Because these Hellions are his map control in these early stages. To try and slow bits and pieces down. By the way, just a couple moments ago, Hero Marine just took map 1 off of Fear. Not much of a surprise there for Group F, but he does to go 1-0 up, just in case you were wondering. Ling's going to come around here from Namshar. Kelazhur still setting up quite nicely, I feel. 1-1 upgrades on the way. Namshar going to throw straight into a lair, Bay Nest, and now the Evo Chamber. Seems like Kelazhur will definitely take the upgrade lead here, as Hellions obviously going to protect against those Zerglings. Zergling's not going to be able to run in towards that mineral line just yet. Again, just a defensive position from Kelazhur, knowing that as he repairs up his Hellions, obviously just going to be better in full health than low health. Now you see the tackle app coming up on this factory, so obviously he opens up the doorway into what he goes for next. Does he go for tanks here? Does he go for the Hellions, or does he go for Wooden Mine soon, just move down to a reactor? What is the game plan for Kelazhur? His first 2 medivacs popping. He has stim, so he should be looking to, at the very least, drop his first few Marines down and utilize the stim upgrade as he, to the best of his ability. I guess coming through the top side would be a good way to go about that. Push back some of this creep. Pushing creep back through the center is nice as well, but maybe just wants to focus around the top. Give me a fairly powerful push, actually. And only 14 lings on the map, and obviously quite powerful because of the fact there's Hellions here that are about to morph into Hellbats very shortly too. Scan from Kelazhur should come down around this point. There it is, Cryptumor is falling. Again, he'll scan on top of the army as well, which will actually allow him to make the judgment call as to whether he pushes or not. Another stim. Lings are dropping very quickly here. Obviously the upgrades right now are even. Queen goes down already. A few more Balins on the way up. Queen's getting blasted backwards. Transfuser still being dropped and traded between the Queens. Queen's obviously going to buy enough time and be able to stick around here. Marines running away off of creep spread obviously helps out a lot. And now he's going to go back to targeting those Queens as well when possible. Bits and pieces of backs and forth, and still going to see what the next sort of stage of it's going to be is the Queen going down. I think those target firing those Balins might just, maybe not break through now, but with a follow-up set of units, maybe he can break through this. He's actually just hit 1-1 against 0-0, plus 1 carapace on the way, but I mean that's an upgrade lead in a position where Kelazhur has already been pressuring very well so far. And it's going to be very good for Kelazhur here, and as we continue to set up in towards it. Some Lings coming down to the south side from Namshar, getting themselves set up in position to see what they can go for next. One drone goes down pretty quickly too, and it's going to be seeing these couple of Hellbats leading the charge in towards these Queens. All scans going down, going to be seeing a Baneling taking a little bit of damage as well. At this point, the Queens barely have any transfused energy left. It is still the +1 attack against 1 carapace now, but there's still no attack upgrades for the Zerg players. We're going to be seeing the Hydra starting to break through this position, but I think Kelazhur has maybe just done enough, maybe not. He's got just so few units left over at the very, very end, but there's the reinforcements starting to push through. Might want to pick these ones up and just gather them to the top side here. The rest of these units, they were in a little bit of an odd spot there just momentarily. Another tank sieging, and just nice. Look at that. Target firing down low health Hydras with the Marines. Problem is with the Hydras, if they're just not in high enough numbers, there's nothing in front of them, they just go down so quickly. Lovely pick up as well to minimize friendly fire damage. However, at the same time, a little bit of a run by, and 14 SCVs have gone down towards the third base, so if Namshar finds something to slow Kelazhur down, he for now just continues to solidify this upwards northern position, looking to keep on pushing in towards his opponent's third base. And honestly, Namshar's third base is really taking so much damage now that you have to wonder, how long will this really last in the game? This Queen is getting low, just go down as well. A couple of Banes don't even make it close to the bio forces. Triple tank just firing away, and there's no way for Namshar to reach them with any of his units. And 2-2 about to finish. 2-2 against 1-1. I mean, this is just getting better and better. Ling run by here. Those Marines will help to defend it. Reinforcements just doing a pretty decent job. Still just microing over on this position too. Well, these reinforcements actually move command, and Kelazhur is not paying as much attention back there as maybe he should be. A little bit of a messy one. He definitely shouldn't have lost that much. But it's still this position where he has a lot more units coming through. And again, 2-2 against 1-1. It's just even more damage output for every single fight and skirmish that Kelazhur pushes in towards here. And I think he's going to break the third hatchery, honestly. A couple more Hydras going down just like that. It's the tank fire. Every single time these tanks actually get a chance to fire, Hydras are blowing up. The Queens are blowing up. It's just absolutely crazy. And Kelazhur still pressuring the front. Another Ling run by. And okay, sure, these are very annoying for Namshar, but at the end of the day, they're not really kind of getting them back into the game at all. Especially now as Kelazhur has a bit of a better response to them. The Marines came in and helped deal with it much faster this time around. Now the third hatchery does go down. Obviously, as the third hatch falls, Kelazhur is rewarded for his positioning of these siege tanks. Love that unsiege. Probably because he expected it to friendly fire via the brood lanes. Again, beautiful stuff by Kelazhur. Great micro throughout, consistent pressure, keeps up with it, never lets himself slip in that position, knew the position he had to hold, and he does so to pretty much win this game. I mean, okay, it's not GG yet, but Kelazhur gonna just deal with a couple more run-bys, etc., build up once more and just go. Upgrades in his favor. He's probably soon gonna have 3-3 against 1-1 because Namshar doesn't seem to have any inclination of building into his 2-2 upgrades. Seen a couple of drones going down as the drop comes in towards the main base. Meanwhile, the run-by gets shut down as Kelazhur repositions his main pushing force. Drop in the main gets cleaned out. The medevacs die, and something finally tilting into Namshar's favor. Problem is, it's not tilting into his favor enough to really make it back into this still. We have the tank sieged up now, and obviously Namshar has to come through a very narrow choke point to get here, which means his 4th base is completely segregated, and this is all because you don't usually take your 4th base here, even knocking the rocks down just to rub it in his face. Oh, you couldn't get through here before? Well, now you definitely can't. Usually you take the 4th base up the top as a natural continuation of the 3rd, but obviously in this game, that wasn't a reality with the 3rd base under so much pressure. Namshar will try and take a hidden base to the bottom left-hand side. He's going to say, okay, let's try this. Let's try and do something to help myself out here, but it's just not happening just yet. And I mean, even if it does come up, Kelazhur still has every other advantage in the playbook going his way. And when it's 3-3 against 1-1, what on earth do you expect to happen from Namshar after that? Like, what do you do when you're 2 sets of upgrades behind? Like, we talk about timing attacks with a single set of upgrade advantage, sometimes even just like a +1 advantage being significant. Right now, it's looking as though it could be so much more. And as well, Marine's going to unload, going to see a Queen getting picked off. Veins do come through and kill off some other bits and pieces. Kelazhur heading towards the upper right-hand side. As he heads towards the upper right-hand side, he obviously opens himself up the chance to push through the top and to attack as well. I have to say, by the way, good guys, just as this is going on, Fear is going for a very powerful push against Hero Marine right now. I'm going to put it in the picture-in-picture, but Fear is going to get Hero Marine supply blocked. He's got Stalkers and an Oracle against just a low number of Marines. He's actually up 20 workers as well with this pressure that he's applying. And Fear might very well be about to take game 2 off of Hero Marine there in that series. It's surviving Hero Marine for now. We'll go back to this one as Kelazhur goes for what could be the push to end this game number 2 to put through into the round of 16 of takes Penthouse Party number 3. From what tank's just going to be unsieging the bio, still splitting up and spreading out. Another couple of tanks sieging on up, and just going to be seeing the Banes going to take some damage as well. And Banes and Hydra's going to continue to use some bits and pieces of tanks from the back. We'll deal with that flank very easily. There's just so much bio. GG well played. And Kelazhur takes game number 2 just like that. Absolutely beautiful. Kelazhur looking